When your 36-year-old star goes down and the team can't move forward, you have a problem. And Anthony Joshua.
Can we please be serious here? Can we please be serious? AJ is like...
Dusted him. Who's next? He was laughing as he was trying to take him down. Remember that? Oh.
Yeah. One of the best finals ever played.
Shout out Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah.
I heard about you.
It's
and I
not
called you Alcatraz.
Yeah,
once.
it's not Alcatraz. Well, shout out.
I love Amanda Nunes. And this, look, on paper, this is the best fight in the entire women's division. A lot riding on this. OKC, let's start there. We got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the newly crowned young MVP of the league, trying to solidify his place. There will never be a day where Aaron Rodgers is a bad football player. However, he is no longer an elite football player. Tyrese Halliburton, you've seen what he's been doing. Game win after game win after game win after game winner. What the hell? Turned upside down because the Knicks made the conference final.
I'm telling you, if Chelsea went and won the Premier League, you wouldn't hear the end of it. But we got top four, we got won the Conference League, we're back in Champions League football.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Carlos Alcaraz, shout out. He won the Roland Garros final.
Oh.
Yeah. One of the best finals ever played.
Shout out Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah.
I heard about you and I called you Alcatraz.
Yeah,
once.
it's not Alcatraz. Well, shout out. Do you
out.
know that he won his 5th Grand Slam at 22 years old, 1 month and 3 days, and exactly that same time, that age, Nadal won the 2008 Wimbledon final against Federer. Amazing.
Which was also one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Actually, the greatest.
It's the greatest. Greatest. But anyway, mina top 4.
He's happy for top 4. But you know what? I'm a Ravens fan, so you should. Do I really have a leg to stand on? I really don't. Anyway, my dog, what is good with you? All right, fine. Yeah, you can just tell me down there, Mukundi, I'm fine. Mukundi, I'm cool. Don't talk to me about SeanOMalley ever again. Not here, not on this podcast. SeanOMalley, we're writing him off, ne? SeanOMalley. There we go. We're writing him. We've crossed him out. He's a fraud. That's 2 fights now you've lost against Merab Dvalishvili. Remember last year I came here and they were at the Sphere in UFC Noche. And it was not even a great fight. O'Malley got his ass kicked. And we're like, you gotta go back, you gotta go work, you gotta go do what you gotta do. And he went back and he worked and he did what he had to do. The second fight came around just this past Saturday. And how is it that you did absolutely worse than you did in the first one? You at least managed to finish the first fight. They finished you this time. Like, did you not get better? Did you not say, yeah, I'm locked in, bro. I ain't dyeing my hair no more. I ain't smoking weed. Light a joint. 5 and do the right thing. Like, clearly, something. You did something that actually made you a lot worse. And yes. Could it be because Merab is just that much better? He is, and I'll get to that. But SeanOMalley, I am absolutely disappointed. I am disappointed in SeanOMalley because he was billed as the next superstar. The next best thing to Conor McGregor you'll ever see. His own theme song says that when he walks out every time. If you are what you say you are, a superstar. Because that's what he was supposed to be. He is a superstar. He's got the personality, right? He's got the flair. He's got the look. What he doesn't have is the skill set. And unfortunately, the UFC is one of those sports where, well, MMA in general is one of those sports where your personality can only get you so far. Are you winning fights? We're in this business to win fights. And SeanOMalley is a great, I used to say he's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He really is. But that's it. What else can you do? He's a striker. And he's a sniper when he strikes. He's dangerous. Deadly. But what else can you do? But don't take it from me. Don't take it from me. Take it from this. These are the stats. By the way, Merab Dvalishvili defeats SeanOMalley in the main event of UFC 316 via third-round submission. Felt you needed to know that. Now, total strikes. It's bad, dog. It's bad. Like, 65 for SeanOMalley. He threw 65 total strikes in 3 rounds. Oh, he landed 38 of them. What did Merab do? Nothing. He just threw 215. Landed about 141 of them. But we do have to consider that some of these strikes are ground and pound strikes. So even if it's just a little punch, but does it really matter? The discrepancy is telling. The discrepancy is telling. Significant strikes. Merab landed 52. O'Malley 31. Now you're asking yourself, how many did they throw? Merab threw 115. O'Malley 57. What else is there to say about SeanOMalley? This was his 3rd loss in the UFC, his first back-to-back of his career against Merab Dvalishvili. I want to talk about him. It is with a heavy heart that I have to say, Merab Dvalishvili might just be the greatest bantamweight of all time. Oh my God. It's okay. It's okay. But he might be. Look at his resume. Look at the dominance he's portrayed while defending the title. He's defended it twice since beating Sean for it last year. He fought Umar Nurmagomedov, someone who we all billed as the favorite in that fight simply because of his last name alone. We didn't even look at his resume. We just saw that he's a Nurmagomedov and we're like, yeah, no, it's Shai. And then he did have an impressive resume. He was undefeated until then. Merab made light work of him. At no point in that fight did we ever think Merab was in trouble. Merab made light work of him. Dusted him. Who's next? He was laughing as he was trying to take him down. Remember that? Say what you got for me. Nothing. Who y'all got? Nobody. And that's exactly what happened. And then Sean said, no, I want my title back. And Merab said, cool, come get your title back. And what did he do? Nothing. He just beat him in even more convincing fashion than he did the last time. At least the last fight had the decency to go 5 rounds. He submitted him in 3. Finished him. Left no debate who the better fighter is. And when we look at Merab's record, bro, look at this dude. He's on a 13-fight win streak. Let me see. When was Merab's last loss? Merab's last loss came in 2014. And by the way, oh no, I'm lying. 2018. By the way, since then, who has he beaten? Oh, nobody. Just Marlon Moraes, Jose Aldo, Peter Yan, Henry Cejudo, and SeanOMalley twice. Who is Henry Cejudo? Oh, nobody. Just one of the greatest to ever do it. Peter Yan, I don't know, just somebody who was one of the best in the world in his division for a while. Jose Aldo, some say he's the GOAT. Not bantamweight, but still, he's a flyweight GOAT. Right? Or is it featherweight? But that's Jose Aldo. He's not a scrub. Marlon Moraes is not a scrub. Sure, he didn't beat any of these guys as champion, but he beat them on his way to being the champion. Does it matter? As long as he beat them, right? And as a champion, that's, once again, his 2nd defense now. And in both defenses, he was dominant. Dominant. Against SeanOMalley last year, he was dominant. Against Henry Cejudo, he was toying with him. Peter Yan, he gave him the fight of his life. What I will say, my biggest beef with Merab Dvalishvili is that he needs to finish his fights. That's too many decisions. SeanOMalley's fight was his first decision was his first finish since 2021. That's decision. Your last 5 victories have been by decision. Now, if you remember, I was talking about that just the other day, just from Luke Thomas, that fighters aren't fighting to beat their opponents anymore. They're just fighting to win the fight. And there's a big difference. As Apollo Creed said, I won, but I ain't beat him. The judges say you did. That's because you put up more points. That's just because that means you are technically the better fighter. Right? That means we then looked at your execution, your skill, your defense, all that. Once again, technically you're the better fighter. But we all know that the best fighters are the ones that leave no question who the better fighter was. Right? The GOATs, they all fought to finish. Even the current best fighters in the world now, we love them because they fight to finish. Pereira, he fights to finish. Ilya Tupuria, Max Holloway, Islam Makhachev. Hell, even John Jones. He's only fought twice over the past 3 years, but both fights were finishes. Charles Oliveira. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's going to be interesting. And yeah, I know Merab might be the GOAT. I'm sorry. I know. I have to write his name somewhere now. Anyway, moving on to an ass whooping of astronomical proportions. I love watching Julianna Peña get her ass whooped because I don't like her. I don't like her personality. She's probably a great human being. She's a great mother, great fighter, great former champion, great 2-time former champion. But besides that, I don't like her. I never liked her. Maybe it's because she beat Amanda Nunes, but I've never liked her. Right? So when it was announced that she's gonna fight Kayla Harrison, we're all like, "Oh, Kayla Harrison," and Kayla Harrison is she's a legit badass. She's her. No. If we're talking women that can fight, I'm not even just talking MMA. Women that can fight. She's done it all. Judo, MMA, all that. Kayla Harrison can fight. And she beat Julianna Peña via second round submission, something I rather relished. I did. What bored me after that was watching the GOAT enter the octagon. Amanda Nunes enter the octagon and she announced that she is coming out of retirement just because she has to fight Kayla Harrison. No. Please, no. I don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. I love Amanda Nunes, and look, on paper, this is the best fight in the entire women's division, right? I'm talking women's bantamweight, women's strawweight, whatever. You can take all the women in the UFC. This is the best fight on paper, which is very concerning considering the fact that we are asking someone to come out of retirement. But there are other great fighters in the UFC. Unfortunately, weight classes matter, but in this division, unfortunately, Amanda Nunes has to come out of retirement to come set things right. Which I'm scared. She's been out of the game. She hasn't been training like a fighter. She's probably in shape, but not, when you stop doing something as a job, hey, the GOAT. She's risking a lot, hey? She's risking a lot. She has a lot more to lose in this fight. Kayla has everything to gain. If she fights and she does a great job against Amanda Nunes, she'll always be the woman who took us out of our misery and beat Julianna Peña. And she held her own against Amanda Nunes, who is considered by many, myself included, to be the GOAT. Now, if she wins, she just beat Amanda Nunes. Case closed. Damn. But anyway, that's it. Well, as far as UFC is concerned, it's very telling. Oh, and Kevin Holland is gonna fight, or he fought. And let me see, because yes, Kevin Holland finally won again. I'm so proud of him. I think that's a second win, back to back. Yes. Yes. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. He's lost 13 fights, but go, Kevin. You're doing it. Oh, man. Kevin Holland. Okay, so Pacers. OKC. I need coffee for this. So, let's talk basketball. Starting with OKC and the Indiana Pacers. We have a series on our hand, tied 1-1. Now, this, if you're wondering, is one hell of a series. There's a lot riding on this. OKC, let's start there. We got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the newly crowned young MVP of the league, trying to solidify his place as Mr. OKC. Because if he does that, he will be Mr. OKC. There's no debate. Russ, KD, sit down. Y'all brought MVPs, but y'all ain't bring no rings. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. So if Shai does this, he's Mr. OKC. Let's go on to Indiana. We got Tyrese Halliburton. Now, this is a young star who has been doing the most this postseason. He's been getting bucket after bucket, and not just crazy buckets, but meaningful buckets. The most clutch player in this series by far, and probably the most clutch playoff performer I've seen thus far. Now, it's just been for this one playoff run, but he's had a game winner in each series. A game winner in each series, dog. Do you know how insane that is? In every series that he's won, he was not supposed to win. They were the underdogs and everything. They beat Cleveland, the one team we came on here saying, yeah, Cleveland is the best team in the league. No one is beating Cleveland. No one is beating Boston. What happened? Oh, they beat Cleveland. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 no one is beating Cleveland. Hey, 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 no one is beating Boston. Where are they now? Where are they now? They didn't even sniff the conference finals. Both of them, second round, go home. Where are they now? And it's all thanks to one Tyrese Halliburton, who has a lot riding on his shoulders because he was voted the most overrated player. What makes it so interesting is that the votes came from his peers. This was an in-league vote. This was an in-league poll. And other NBA players all said, well, like 64% or something. They said Tyrese Halliburton is overrated. I wonder how many of those are at home now while he's in the NBA Finals. But I don't know how to feel about these finals. A lot of people, a lot of casuals are saying, there goes basketball. A lot of casuals are saying this is not good for basketball. A lot of casuals are saying this finals is the most useless finals ever because there's no star power. A lot of casuals are saying this is such a boring series. This is going to be such a boring series. This is bad for the NBA. And to all of you who say that, I say grow up. This is good basketball that we're getting from two young teams. The problem is, that's it. It's very telling, and it's a conversation I was having with my friend just the other day that we say we want star power. And who do we mean by star power? LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. What's the thing those guys all have in common? They are old. The league is moving. Time is moving. It's very sad, but time is moving. We have young stars. SGA is a young star. He's literally the MVP. What more do you want? The MVP's in the finals. Tyrese Halliburton, you've seen what he's been doing. Game winner after game winner after game winner after game winner. What the hell? The Pacers are a good young team. The Pacers are a good young team. This team was in the conference finals last year. I don't know why it's so surprising that they finally made it to the finals this year. Right? Look at the teams that made it to the conference finals. In the East, we had the Pacers and the Knicks, two young teams. In the West, we had OKC and Minnesota, two young teams. Unfortunately, our stars are getting old. And they're in the big markets, as you would say, your Golden State, your LA, your New York. Shout out to the Knicks. But these big market teams, right? All the stars are either hurt or old. And you can't do that. That's not a recipe to win. You have a star on your team, but he's aging and he can't do what he used to do at 28. He's 35. He'll still give you a great game, but he needs more help now. LeBron is 40 and he's still dropping 40, which he shouldn't be doing. But he needs help. He got Luka, but Luka was hurt. We all know that. Steph got hurt and the team literally became irrelevant. Which is very telling when a 37-year-old player, when your 36-year-old star goes down and the team can't move forward, you have a problem. You have a problem. Not Todd. When your 36-year-old superstar goes down and the team can't move forward, you have a problem. You have a problem, starting with the front office all the way down to the bench. Look at all the teams, the best teams in the league. I'm being serious. They're all young and they're all well coached. We'll talk about coaching another day because that's an entirely different conversation. But look at them, they're all young. Let's look at the top teams in the league. Boston. What do they have? Oh, a 27-year-old and a 26-year-old who both have $300 million contracts. Cool. What does OKC have? A 26-year-old MVP. What does Indiana have? Oh, a young Tyrese Halliburton. And who else? Miles Turner. Miles Turner. Young players. Donovan Mitchell. Darius Garland. Jared Allen. Those are the Cleveland Cavaliers. The New York Knicks is just the power of positivity, like the power of friendship, because they just took Jalen Brunson and then they gave him all his friends from college and then they just still hooping. But Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, well, Cat is like almost 30 now, but still, that's the point, right? You need your 30-year-old and your 20-year-old. Because once again, if your 36-year-old superstar goes down and the team can't move forward, there's a problem. And that's the story of these NBA finals. That a lot of casuals are hating on these finals just because there are no established stars. But if we don't give these kids a chance to play in the finals and establish themselves, then when will we have other established stars? There's got to be a passing of the torch someday. And as much as we hate it, it looks like that is happening quicker than we expected. We haven't seen LeBron in the finals in 4 years, 5 years. Steph hasn't been in the finals in 3 years. Don't get me started with KD. Chris Paul, don't get me started. Joel Embiid, don't get me started. So you see, right now we have a problem. We have stars that people don't want because they haven't done anything. And yet people are not giving them the chance to do something. I, for one, love this series. I think it's a great matchup. On one side, you have the Indiana Pacers, who are a very offensively talented team. Best offense in the league. And then you have OKC, who will strangle and smother you with their defense. They're one of the best, if not the best, of defensive team in the league. Which, once again, defense wins championships. But, this is a great style. Right? In the UFC, they say styles make fights. This is a great style. And that's it in terms of basketball. I have 1 minute to say this and then I am done. It is 2025. We're about to start the NFL season in a few months. And why is Aaron Rodgers still relevant in 2025? We see what's happening. Don't get me wrong, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Aaron Rodgers is not a bad player. Aaron Rodgers there will never be a day where Aaron Rodgers is a bad football player. However, he is no longer an elite football player. He will now manage the game for you, but you must never expect him to go out and win you games. He was tied with Josh Allen, who was the MVP for touchdowns last season, so that should be telling. Josh Allen was sitting down in the fourth quarter last year because they were blowing teams out of the building. Aaron Rodgers in the fourth quarter still had to play because he was the only saving grace his team had, which they still lost, by the way. So those touchdowns are trying to save the game. Those touchdowns are just, oh, damn, we got this many. Maybe we should chill. You get what I'm trying to say? Not all great players are made equal. Not all great seasons are made equal. And not all similar stats are made equal. That's why I always say, if Luka drops 30, it's just another day at the office. JaVale McGee does it, nigga. That's a career game. Same thing. So Aaron Rodgers is going to the Steelers. Mike Tomlin, my prayers are with you. Good luck with that. Aaron Rodgers is going to the Steelers, which will be his third team in 4 years. Which I never thought I'd say. I thought he would retire in Green Bay. But that's where we find ourselves. In 2025. Having to talk about Aaron Rodgers signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's he going to do? I'm just asking. What's he going to do? Do you know who's... Dog. That's the AFC North, isn't it? AFC North. Uh-huh. 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers is going to be in the AFC North with Lamar Jackson. And the newly drafted Shadir Sanders. You really think that's going to happen? You really think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat those teams and those quarterbacks? You think this 40-year-old quarterback is going to match up with those quarterbacks? Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore. So Pittsburgh Steelers is Aaron Rodgers. Baltimore Ravens is Lamar Jackson. Cleveland Browns, newly drafted Shadir Sanders. Was projected to be a top pick, but because politics got in the way, yeah. Oh, and there's another team. Who are they? Just the Cincinnati Bengals. With Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, the two deadliest players, the deadliest duo in the league. So yeah, 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers will thrive in that division where he has to play each of those teams twice a year. Peace and God be with them all. What you got for me, dog?
Right. I've got a few things over there.
Okay.
First of all, you didn't mention. Why are you doing that?
I think I know where this is headed. Let's go.
You didn't mention that both our predictions for the NBA Finals were wrong. Horribly wrong. We got it all wrong. All wrong. But I was like, hey, Celtics, hey, Cleveland, hey, Jokic, hey, LeBron.
And I really said
Bap match.
And I really said Cleveland.
Bap match.
And I really said Cleveland.
Where are they now? Where are they
Cancun. Now? They're all in Cancun.
Is that a thing that NBA players do? Like you go to Cancun, or is it just?
It's just a running gag.
Oh, it's a running gag. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like at the end of the season, they send you to Cancun.
Okay, I'm here to disagree with you, my dear friend, on the first point of the fighting. Floyd Mayweather is arguably one of the greatest boxers of all time, if not the greatest boxer of all time. After Shohei Robertson and Muhammad Ali, and Mike Tyson, and Larry Holmes, and Alexander Usyk. Okay, you know what I'm saying. But
and Anthony Joshua.
Can we please be serious here? AJ is not even in the top 100 of all time.
Yeah.
So the point of a combat sport is to hit and not get hit.
Yes.
That's it. So if I do that, why are you hating on me? If it means I got the points,
we've had this chat.
I won.
We've had this chat.
We're having this chat again.
Okay. And with that, I will say this. Remember when we were talking about the greatest athletes?
Yeah.
And we were saying, you got to pass the eye test.
Uh-huh.
And we have to look at you and say, that guy is it.
Uh-huh.
And you have to do something that we look at and say, no one can do what you do. Which, fair. No one could hit and not get hit as much as Floyd.
Better than Floyd. Yeah, exactly.
Better than Floyd.
Exactly.
However, the eye test does watching when you watch Floyd fight.
I sleep.
Thank you. He failed the eye test and it's one of the criteria.
But I'm looking.
He doesn't fit the criteria.
As I tell us, for me, I'm looking at it from a fighter's perspective. Why should I care if you think a box office or not? Did I not win and become the GOAT on points? So
you did.
So
did.
what? So what's your cry?
That is exactly why nobody wants Merab Dvalishvili and Bilal. Bilal is no longer champion, thank God for that. But that is why nobody wants Merab, because statistically and technically, then yes, you are the best fighter, you are the champion.
Uh-huh.
But if you are boring the people who are watching the fight, which once again, sports is also there to entertain. If you don't entertain me with what you are doing, as an athlete whose job is to also entertain me by your feats of athleticism, then no, you are not the greatest. All you're doing is hacking the system and making it work for you. Which, fair enough. If that's how you get forward in life. You hack the system.
Am I not the GOAT by hacking the system?
You once again, when we talk about clean resumes and undefeated and great champions, your name will come up. But there's a reason we say Mike Tyson or not Floyd. Because we saw Mike, like, no one could do what Mike did. Mike walked in with the intentions to kill people. And I'm not saying that, like, other fighters should do the same. But what I'm saying is, Floyd still left doubts with who the better fighter was. It just so happened that you managed to defend yourself well for those 12 rounds or whatever, right? But are you undoubtedly, without a question, the better fighter? Because the thing about scoreboards as well, judges have feelings. Judges are human.
That's a very good point.
You can't just say, this judge, they're not machines, right? So they're humans. That means their feelings will definitely come into play. That's why the UFC, there's every card, there's going to be a decision that people look at and they're like, guys. So that's because it leaves room for questions. Okay. When you finish your opponent, you don't do that.
I see.
You defeated him, but you also beat him.
I see. Very good point.
Thank you.
I want to hit and not get hit.
And you'll make money doing it.
Is that not what we want? Is that not what we're here for?
Goat shit.
Then I want very quickly with OKC, UFC, Shai in 5. Funny thing.
I'm drinking coffee and this equipment is expensive.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen LeBron in the finals in 5. Okay, so OKC Pacers. Regardless of who wins, one of them will have a first-time champion. Will be a first-time champion. Halliburton, if he wins, has to be finals MVP, the way things are going.
Not necessarily. He's been playing bad the past 2 games. I think Pascal Siakam has a better chance.
Okay, Pascal, Halliburton, what are the 2?
Yeah.
And then Shai will have to be Shai.
Standard.
If one of them win, does that make them the greatest player for that franchise because they brought that chip? I know we've had this chat before, but I don't want to see...
Shai, yes. Hallie, he might still have to pay his dues.
Over Reggie Miller.
Yes.
Same guy we took out of the top 75. Come on. Now.
Here's my chat.
Yeah.
We can say, without a doubt, Shai has contributed equally to OKC. MVPs, championships.
Conference MVP, finals MVP.
Yeah, sure. And it's a bit hypocritical, but time spent. He's been in OKC for the past 5-6 years, you know? He's paid his dues. He got to OKC when he was a kid, and he was like 20, 21, 22, somewhere there. Now he's 26. He's a man. He grew up in OKC, right? For lack of a better term, even though his career started in LA with the Clippers, he grew up in OKC, and he's Mr. OKC because The fans got to see him blossom from this kid we traded for Paul George to this kid who got to play with Chris Paul to the superstar that he is now. And he also brought us MVP, kept us relevant for long. OKC's been relevant for at least 3-4 years now. The Pacers just now. And he brought us a championship. Halliburton, all he's done is made us relevant now and brought us a championship, right? Which is greater than anything Reggie will ever do simply because he brought them a championship. But when we talk about the greatest with a franchise, we also have to look at your relationship with them. That's why I say Kawhi is not the greatest Raptor. That's Vince Carter. I'll even say Kyle Lowry. Because now Reggie did so much for that team of India, for that team and that city. From like trying to, like, dog, they took the Bulls 7. Only team to take the Bulls 7 in the 90s. Reggie and the Pacers did that. And then sure, they went to the finals with Kobe as well. And that's the thing. It's not like Reggie didn't go to the finals. He went to the finals and he ran into Kobe. Like, I'm like, what do you want me to do? It's Shaq and Kobe. So, no, Halliburton, if he stays in Indiana his whole career, or even maybe another 5 years, then yeah. But no, if Halliburton brings a championship to Indiana, no, simply because he hasn't spent enough time there. Shai, yes, he's Mr. OKC.
Okay, good. Halliburton goes back to back. I think we close that conversation. All right, I got you.
I'm sorry, but like no, like if Halliburton goes back to back, God forbid, but like yeah, sure. That was a long time, man. Yeah, we haven't done this in a while, so we do get to catch up every once in a while and just get to talk. Otherwise, I don't know when I'll see you, but it'll definitely be for episode 37. Until then, tell me what you thought, because these were all just some thoughts of a guy sitting on his chair in Joburg. Till then, go out there, watch more sports, be nice to your mother, and as always, enjoy the violence.
Football for us, baby.
Wow.